Hello, my beautiful loves, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited. If you know me, you know I've been talking about wanting to do YouTube since I was like 12 years old, and here I finally am 10 years later. But hey, better late than never, right? I have been putting this off for years because I wanted to wait for like the perfect moment. I wanted to have all the perfect equipment, the perfect lighting, yada yada yada. But I just had to come to the reality of, come on, English, that that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, and there's really no point in continuing to put this off, because if I waited for the perfect moment, that moment was never going to come. So I am just working with what I have, and maybe in the future, manifesting right now that I will have an amazing setup in the future, and maybe I'll look back at this video years from now and see how much I have grown. But for right now, this is my starting point, this is my stepping stone, and I'm just out here with a hope and a dream and some makeup. So we're going to see how this goes, and what better makeup to start off with than my signature go-to glam. So if you want to see how I create that, then keep on watching and let's just get into it. Before I do anything in my life, I need a good Pepsi. Not sponsored. I just love these things. I drink at least 6 a day. Don't come for me. I am on this earth for a fun time, not a long time. Okay, so that means I'm going to enjoy a nice cold crisp Pepsi anytime I want to. So okay, now that I have my life source juice in me, we can get into it. That sounded very Okay, I start off my makeup routine with my eyebrows. I use the LA Color Brow Gel in dark brown. Let me do the YouTube thing, because I'm a YouTuber. I'm so excited. I am so happy I'm finally doing this now. I cannot do my eyebrows on camera, so I'm going to go put them on really quickly, and I will be right back. Okay, this is the eyebrows on. Now listen, not too much on them. They're not anywhere remotely close to being even. But you know what they say, sisters not twins, but let's just face facts. Mine are two divorcees fighting over custody for the 3 children. That's how related they are. But again, not too much on them. We're going to just move on. My next step is my foundation. I use the LA Color Foundation. This is in the shade medium beige. I am not a primer person. I find that when I wear primer, my makeup comes off faster, if that makes any sense. So I just go right in with foundation. And I don't like getting foundation on my hand, so I pump it onto the lid. And then I take a brush, and I'm going to just pick up the foundation, and then I start to just apply it to my face. Like so. And once I have lathered it all on with the brush, I go on with a sponge. I use a dry beauty blender. Some people prefer to use a wet one. You do whatever works for you, babes. I prefer the dry sponge. And then I'm just going to go through and pat it all in. Okay, that is not your skin tone. And you would be 100% correct, because I am the same color as Casper, but I like to give the delusion that I have a little pigment to me. And you can get away with it by just simply taking the foundation left over and paint your neck, so this way your face and your neck match. But also don't forget to do your ears. I feel like a lot of people be forgetting to do their ears, and you're walking around and your face and your neck and your hands match. Great, wonderful, love that for you. But then you're walking around with these red ears sticking out. Also, sorry if you see me looking up here, that's where my mirror is. But paint your ears, babes. Paint your ears. Okay, now that the foundation is all blended and the neck and the ears and the face match, I move on to contour. I use the Wet n Wild. I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm not going to be one of those makeup people who does this. I'm just not. But I do find it funny. This is the Wet n Wild Contour Stick in the shade Where's Walnut. And I just slap it on. I put it more towards on top of my cheekbone, because I like to lift my face up. I got to remember the camera is here, not over here. And I do it on top of my cheekbone, jawline, one little doop, doop, and boop on the nose, and I lift my hair to reveal a nice 5 head, and we're going to try to bring it down to a 4 head. Using that same sponge from earlier, I use this side for the foundation. I'm going to use this side for the contour, and I'm going to just start blending it upwards I always do everything on an upward motion. That way it's giving the illusion of a very lifted face. Now, thankfully, I was blessed with beautiful natural cheekbones, but I still like to add a little oomph when I do my makeup. Okay, now that the contours are all blended out, next is blush. Also, if we could collectively ignore my hair, thank you so much. I am not one of those people that looks perfectly beautiful and throughout my entire makeup process. Absolutely not. If you want to see somebody who looks perfect throughout their entire process, go watch naked tutorials or somebody like that, because I am not the one or the two. I'm going to look a hot mess until the very end, and even sometimes the end result looks a little crazy. But hey, we're just going to roll with it. I am moving on to blush using the Believe Beauty Tropical Sunset. It's like this peachy orange tone. I tend to lean more towards oranges and peaches when I do blush opposed to pinks, because this is going to add a nice warmth to my face, whereas pinks just wash me out because of how pale I am, and I really just despise the color pink. So as you can see, I'm placing my blush up on top of my cheekbone and at the top of my cheek. I know a lot of people say to put it at the apple, but anytime I've ever done that, it drags my face down. And nobody wants to walk around looking like a sad clown. So I want to place it up to lift my face. So that's why we're putting it up here. I also do something that some people call a little crazy. I put blush on my chin and on the tip of my nose. And then I also put it on my forehead. So pretty much anywhere I put contour, I also put blush. And yes, I did apply my brush with a brush, but I'm going to use that same sponge. From the very beginning, I am a one sponge kind of person. Listen, it makes my life easier. This is for foundation, this is for contour, and this side is for blush, because I want to go through and I just want to blend that blush into the contour, and that way it all looks seamlessly blended together, instead of like harsh lines. Nobody wants harsh lines on the face. Unless that's your thing, babes, then do you. Listen, I'm not here to tell you how to do your makeup. I'm just showing you how I do mine. If you learn something throughout my process, great, wonderful. I love that. If not, and you're just here for the fun vibes, then absolutely keep vibing, babes. You do what makes you happy, because if you like it, I love it. As long as you feel beautiful, that's all that matters. Do what makes you happy. Now that all of that is blended, I go in with the LA Color Concealer, and this one is in the shade Fair, because I'm pale. And I'm going to just put this in the T-zone. If you don't know what the T-zone is, it's the center of your face. I just put that right in my hair, but we're going to ignore that, please and thank you so much. Now I bring in a new sponge. This one is specifically just for my concealer, and now I'm going to just go through and start blending all of that out. Right under the eye, and I like to go right up against my nose contour to clean it up, and it's going to make my nose look more very snatched. That's what we're going for. Well, that's what I'm going for. You go for what you want to go for. And after that concealer, I go in with the other LA Color Concealer. You can't see this one because it is pure white, and I am going to put this right here. And this is the only two little dots I'm going to do. I'm only putting it right here to try to brighten this part up, because I want it to be the center focus right here on my eyes. And that same sponge, I'm going to just blend it, and I'm going to take it onto the eyelid, because that is going to act as a primer for my eyeshadow. I don't know how well you could tell the difference on camera between when I added the brighter concealer versus when I didn't, but I just like how it really brightens up the base. So yeah, do it, don't do it, whatever. Alright, babes, and that is my base routine all done. I didn't realize how long it was until I sat down to record it, but the final step is setting everything. I use the good old Airspun granny powder. Everyone hates on the smell of this, but I must be the crazy one, because I love the way that this powder smells. To apply the powder, I put some in the lid, and then I take another dry beauty blender. This is not the same one as the beginning, totally different one. And I'm just going to take this side of it, the pointy side, and now I'm going to place it right under my eye first, because you know, you start to crease under your eye, and I don't want to crease under my eye, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly set that before all of that concealer gets up in my eye bags and makes me start looking older than what I actually am. I only use that sponge to set under my eye because the corner of it gets right where I want it. But then for the rest of my face, I just use this powder brush. I take some of the powder, hold my breath because I'm not trying to breathe all this in, and then just lightly pack it onto the rest of my face. Okay, and now I'm at the stage that I like to refer to as a powder donut. This is the base all done. I do apologize if the lighting is going to look a little crazy from this point on because of how light my face is. It might be reflecting the light. I apologize. Listen, I said at the beginning, I don't have quite high quality stuff, so bear with me, babes. Bear with me. But now is the best and fun part. This is my favorite part of my entire makeup routine is the eyes. So let's just get into it. Okay, regardless of whatever the look is that I'm going for, I always start off by putting eyeliner in my waterline, which I've already done. And I also start by putting white eyeshadow right under my brow bone. Now, if you can remember from earlier when I did my concealer, I already put concealer on my eyelid. That's going to act as a primer. There are eye primers in the world, but why spend the extra money when you don't have to? Concealer does the same thing. Also, I'm creating this look using the LA Color Glam palette. If you can't tell, I'm a really big fan of LA Colors. One of my favorite brands in the world. Again, not sponsored. They don't even know I exist, but I still love them. Okay, like I said, regardless of whatever the eye look is that I'm going for, I'm always going to start off with eyeliner in my waterline and white eyeshadow under my brows. And then I usually just change up the colors from that point on. But because I'm doing my signature go-to look, one thing about me, if I don't know what else to do, I'm always going to do a black smoky eye because I feel like there's no one on this planet that can mess up a black smoky eye, and it always looks so good on everybody. So that's what we're about to be getting into. I'm going to be taking a packing brush like this. Please don't ask me what the name of any of these brushes are because, baby, I do not know. I've been collecting these brushes my whole life, different ones over the years. Half of them don't even have names, and even if they did, it's done faded off by now. So just a brush like this, and now I'm dipping it right into the black, and I am going to just start packing that right on my outer corner. Very messily. I'm not a precise person. Listen, one thing about me I've learned, it's just makeup. Slap it on. You can't really mess it up, and even if you do, it's just makeup. It washes off. There's nothing in the makeup world that can't be fixed. So just slap it on, go for it. If you mess up, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. If you create a look and you don't like it, it's okay. Take a shower, wash it off, try again the next day. I see way too many people these days stressing over makeup. Why? It's just makeup. Calm down, breathe. If you don't like how it is, work on it, practice. And once I have the black pretty much stamped on, I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to dip into this gray color right here. And I'm going to lightly just start going around the edges and start diffusing that out. And I like to wing my shadows outwards and upwards, again, lifting the face. So I'm going to just diffuse that and blend it out. And now I'm bringing that same gray in towards the part where the nose and the eyebrow meet each other. I almost forgot what that's called. It's an eyebrow, babes. And I'm blending it right there, which I know might look a little crazy right now, but when I contour my nose later, I'm going to blend my nose contour into the eyeshadow, and it looks better. You'll see when we get to that point. Let's not skip ahead, okay? I'll have everything all nice and blended and diffused, but as you can see, that black lost some of its pigment, so I'm going to go back in with the black just to reinforce it, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, I know right now it's giving very raccoon vibes, and that's okay, because I'm going to go in with the concealer, that same white one, and I'm going to just do a little and a little right there, and that is what I'm going to use to carve out my crease and clean this up. Okay, to cut my crease, I'm going to use this little flat brush like this. Again, don't ask me what none of these brushes are called. I don't know. And I'm going to just start to create the shape that I am going for. If you're new to cutting your crease, you can just put the concealer on your lid and then look up. But, well, let's be honest, I'm going a lot bigger than what mine would naturally be because I'm extra. So there's that. But you do you, Pookie. Whatever works for you. Again, I'm not here to judge you or tell you how to do your face, babes. It's your face. Do what you want to do. I'm just showing you what I do. Okay, this is kind of the shape that we are going for. I'm going to define it more with eyeliner later. But right now, it's my favorite part of my entire makeup process. It's the glitter. So let's get into it. On this next part, do as I say, not as I do. This is highly not recommended, okay? But I'm going to show you what I do. For my glitter, I don't use makeup glitter. I use craft glitter. This is not eye safe. Do not put this on your eyes. I am living on the edge, babes. I am here for a fun time, not a long time. So my eyes are already shot to hell. Let's just be honest. My eyesight's not great. But hey, it's pretty. Because my mind thought process of it all was, if it can look good on a billboard or a poster and it's sparkling and you can see it from a long distance, I want that on my eyes. So that's what I do. Not recommended. Don't be out here putting glitter, craft glitter on your eyes. Talk about what Nene said, and then you walking around blind and you can't see. No, 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 no. Don't be blaming it on Nene. I told you not to do it. But if you choose to do it, that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And to make it even crazier, this is a tip that I learned from watching pageant queens and drag queens. I use hairspray. I don't use a glitter glue or anything like that. I use hairspray. I spray some on the lid. And then I'm going to take a little brush, if I can find it. Where are you? Where'd you go? I found you. I'm going to take this little brush and I'm going to dip it into the hairspray. And now I'm going to put that right where I want my glitter to go. And while that's still tacky, this is another tip that you may or may not want to use. But anytime you're using glitter, whether it's makeup glitter or craft glitter, look down. You're going to lean forward over your table and look down while you're applying your glitter. That way, all of the fallout is falling down onto the table or your lap or whatever is below you, instead of falling all over your face. Is going to make cleaning it up so much easier. And I'm going to do the same process on this side, and I will be right back. It might not be eye safe, but get into it. Look at that razzle dazzle, babes. And the fun thing about glitter is you can never have too much razzle dazzle. I mean, look at my nails. I always got razzle dazzle. Have fun. Y'all need to stop all just being so basic. Add a little razzle dazzle to your life. Maybe add the eye safe kind. But spruce it up every once in a while. Try something new. Add a little glitter to your life. A little razzle dazzle, a little sparkle. Add a little fun. I mean, even from far away, ooh, it's glittering, bitch. Now I'm going to take that same packing brush and that same black eyeshadow, and I am going to now just smudge underneath the lash line and really just smoke all of this out. And we're pretty much going to be done with the eyes. Okay, and this is pretty much the eyes all done. Now I'm just going to go through and start dusting all of that powder off. And then we will move into doing all of the powder contour, powder blush, and all of that good stuff. We're almost done. For my powder contour, I use the LA Color I Heart Makeup Contour Palette. As you can see, I have used this baby to death. But it's okay. So I just kind of mix this color and this color, the ones that are almost gone, and I just pat them onto my cheek. I pat my contours on opposed to swiping, because if you swipe, you're going to disturb your base, all of that foundation and contouring work that you did before with all the creams. You're just going to mess all of that up. But if you pat it on, you're going to get more color payoff. You're going to not disturb your base. I find that patting just works better. Then I use this slightly angled brush to contour my nose. And this is the part where I am going to blend my nose contour into the eyeshadow right there. And it's going to, in my opinion, look better when it's all blended seamlessly together. Like, do you kind of see the vision? Are you kind of getting it? Okay, next is blush, and I'm going to use this brush right here. I don't actually have a blush powder. I just use eyeshadow in like this peachy salmony looking kind of color. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of orange. And I mix a few different colors. And then I'm just going to plop that right on the top of the cheek. And blend it into the contour. Kind of like that. The last step of my base routine is highlighter. I'm going to use this Believe Beauty Luminizing Glow Trio. It might be a little hard to see on camera. This one is white. This one's like a peachy bronze. And this one's more gold toned. I avoid this one because on my pale complexion, gold does not look good. And I'm going to take this fan. I don't even know what you call this. I call it a fan brush, but that's not really what it's called. And I take this middle one, this peachy one, and I'm going to just place that right there on the apples of my cheeks. I used to highlight like my entire cheek, but looking back, that looks really bad. So I don't do that anymore. I just focus it right here on the apple. I just realized I do my blush and highlight is opposite of what most people do. Some people with their blush on the apple and then the highlight up here. I do my blush up here and the highlight down here. But that is what works for me. So, you do you, Pookie. I've already been telling you this whole time. Just do what makes you happy. There are no rules to makeup, so do it how you want to do it. I also did some on my Cupid's bow, but now I'm going to take this little brush like this, dip into that same highlighter, and now I'm going to draw a little dot on my nose and do an exclamation point. And this is the part where I dip into this white one. And I'm going to place that right there in the inner corner just to really open up and brighten the eye even more. Alright, babes, this is pretty much the face all done. I'm going to go add finishing details like lashes, liners, and lips, and I will be back with the finished look. Alright, my beautiful loves, and this is my signature go-to glam all complete. I feel absolutely stungelina right now. I could definitely steal your man if I wanted to. Lucky for you, you're the only one that wants him, babe, so you can keep it. I'll even give you a little bit of a closer look. Get into it. Oh my goodness, I feel absolutely stunning. I can't believe I finally did this. I'm so excited. I'm checking this off my bucket list. Even if nobody even watched this video all the way through, I'm marking off my bucket list. I'm so excited. And I'm so happy that I finally did this. I just realized I never introduced myself though. So if this is your first time ever seeing me, I am Renee. Hi love, how are you? I hope you're great and wonderful. Everyone just calls me Nene. And if you can't tell from my signature go-to look, I don't like basic makeup. I'm not one of those people who does soft and subtle. I don't put on makeup to look like I'm not wearing any makeup. I want big liner, glitter, bold lips. So if you are definitely somebody who likes that kind of vibe, or you just like my personality, because let's face facts, I'm pretty great. I'm pretty great. You need me in your life. But yeah, if you like anything about any of this, then consider joining the BeautyFam, babes. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified. Y'all know how YouTube works. It's been around forever. I might be new here, but YouTube definitely isn't, and y'all know how it works. So subscribe, bell, thumbs up. Leave a comment if you want to. It can be about the makeup. It could just be a simple hi. I will say hi back, whatever. Oh, and don't forget to follow me on my other socials. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, all those other good things. You can usually find me at Queen Renee 2003 or just type in my name, Renee Gouyon, ReneGouyon. I love you. Stay beautiful as always. Mwah.